start streaming. Hope it works. Shit, I'm gonna get my air down. Checked. All right, let's see. Looks like a few people on. I'm gonna need a mic check here. All right, looks like a few on. Not sure if you can hear me yet. I got a new mic today. Check, check, check. Yeah, it seems like it's working. Let's get over here to. Looks like a few of you are on. Oh, there we go. It's hot. Okay, it's working. That's good. Thanks, Alex. I got rid of that monstrosity that was always in my face, and I'm trying a lavalier mic, so I just have to make sure it doesn't sound like shit. Got an interesting lineup here. First up, Pizza Man. Let's see here. Copy link. I'm gonna get over here. It's hot. All right. Okay, Pizza Man. Let's copy that. All right, guys, there's a few of you trickling in. We'll get started here shortly. Let's see here. I gotta get rid of this. Good God, what is CGC? Wow, what is CGC? Canopy growth, that's it. Okay. All right, guys, we'll give it another couple of minutes. I'll try and get 20. Man, it's weird not to have that big mic in my face. I kind of like it. Let's see here. What we're doing. Markets aren't in the dumper. Bitcoin, somebody wake me when it moves. There we go. Let's get a couple more on here. There we go. It's a few more of you guys coming in. All right, just want to double check you guys can hear me all right. I have this new mic I'm trying out. Hopefully sounds all right. Not too hot, not too cold. I have a few, every now and then I get one that I can barely hear you, so I just want to make sure we're good there. Got an interesting lineup here. We got a little crypto. Well, nice lineups. We got some crypto, we got some traditionals, we got some futures. There's a few more, you guys. All right. All right, let's see. That's 3 minutes. I'd give them 5 minutes. Oh, good there. All right, guys, give me another minute here. I like the start of this. Where are we here? I'm going to bring this over. I don't know how you do that. I'm going to go to, let's go to 707. All right, there we go. There's enough. Okay, so let me, oh geez, I'm just such a reflex here. All right, guys. So here I'm trying not to always be looking up, but that's where I have a quad here, and you guys are always up on the top right. Okay, so I can look down here. Now this is, see, I'm fancy now. I got a lavalier mic, and hopefully it sounds all right. That other one, I know the sound is good, but it was just a big monstrosity in my face. It kind of got to be annoying, so I'm trying this out. The one trade-off here is I don't have a mute button. So as anyone who has watched any of my videos or live streams know, it's a real issue for me with these allergies. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be gone this weekend because we continue traveling around the country looking for a better place for us to live. So I'm going to Colorado Springs this weekend. I spent a lot of my life in Colorado, my 20s and 30s. So we're mostly in Denver, Boulder, up in the mountains in Vail, Durango. So we're taking a look at Colorado Springs. Apparently the allergies are much better. Okay, so all that said, imagine none of you give much of a shit about that. Okay, so we're starting out here. This is Canopy Growth Company. Oh, weed stocks have had a bumpy ride. Oh, what do we got here? So, oh shit, you're giving me a 15-minute. Okay, let me go to so this is Pizza Man, who's very skilled, so I'm always curious what he's doing. Excuse me, I like this. This is a nice combo here. So he's got volume below. He's got an RSI and an Elliott Wave oscillator. Very useful. Well, let's go to 30 here, and we can try and demonstrate this. Let me pop that. Actually, the volume, it's not that I don't use it. I want to free up the screen real estate. So let me bring these up here. These are in our white belt. This is pretty much. God, it's so nice to not have that big thing in front of me. I'm not used to it. This is kind of a standard layout for us. If you start in our white belt, the two that we would encourage you to use. Now there's no like the best. I mean, they're all there's so much redundancy in indicators, but these are two that you don't get as much redundancy here because RSI, giving us a sense of momentum, right, the speed of the moves, and then we can see divergences here. It's really what we're using the Elliott oscillator here is for divergences. Now, it's not always going to be exact, and so if we look here, I mean, just to kind of make the point here of how these can be useful, if we look here, 3, 4, 5, right, more typically you'd see the largest wave in the peak of the Elliott oscillator, which is just the difference between some people use a 5 and a 34 moving average, right? That's all it is, right? But you see that as the gap is wider, now in this case, we get an extension in the 5th. So thus, the peak here, and you see how the RSI gets, terribly overextended. Like, what do we get to there? 96. So don't think, oh shit, it's over 70, time to sell it. You can see these kind of overextended periods, and you almost had a little fake break here, and then now you got it here, and we went all the way, meandered all the way down. Excuse me. So yeah, there's the trade-off. No. I've actually got something here I'm going to try and use that I can step on it. I step on a mute button, so I'm going to try that next week. All right, so this is really nice work here from Pizza Man. I mean, he really knows what he's doing. He's been with us for a while. So 1, 2. Well, he's putting us into a 1, 2. Here's the impulsive 3, right? So this is. I get so much commentary about market structure and smart money concepts and ICT, right? So in no way do I want to devalue all of that content. But so much of what we do here say, okay, well that's certainly where the interest amongst newer traders lies, right? And it's indisputable. What I try and do here now, recognizing that that's where the interest level in the market is, and that we have fewer and fewer people practicing Elliott Wave, is to try and demonstrate, okay, so we don't need to ignore, you as I said last week, you can't have Elliott Wave and not have market structure. You can have market structure, right, and no clear Elliott count. So much of what I'm trying to do now is influence not only what we teach and how we handle these live streams, what I do on Fridays, but the new course content is looking at that combination between the two, because they really do. They blend when they're kicking, right? When you see it, when it's there, boy, the blend is really powerful, and you get additional benefit by using them together, right? Because there's certain things in Elliott that we don't get in market structure, and one of them being the clarity on what we see. So I can look here, and now market structure, well, we can go look at this and we say, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but I don't have any context necessarily that would give me the same assist that I get with Elliott Wave. So I can go 1, 2. Now, if this is going to go impulsive, it's not optional that I get an impulse here. It's mandatory, right? So there's no alternative here. Once I've got that 3, well, I suppose at this point you could be concerned it's an ABC. But once we break this and we go up here, we know we know where we are, right? Now we don't know how high that's going to go. We don't know the extension is going to be in the 5th. We don't know any of that. But I've got a 1, 2, 3. I got an impulse here, and when I retrace and then I come back and take out that high, I know what I've got, right? Unlike, right? And again, it's not to make any slight on it. In market structure, once I've got a break here, well, you can look at it this way. I'm not justifying, I'm just trying to demonstrate. When we break these highs here, okay, in market structure, right? We got to wait for the retrace, right? We got to wait for it to get all the way back down into the discount, right? If you're gonna, well, here, let's do the whole thing, right? If you're going to look at it like this, say, oh, hey, here I got a range. Oh shit, I'm in log scale. I'm gonna get it out of log. Well, here I got to wait for it all the way to come back down in the discount. It might be better to be in log here, although that's going to distort. I think Pizza Man gave it to me, but the idea here of being in the premium and the discount, now that gets distorted once we go to log scale because of the expansion below and the contraction above. But as we look here, okay, I know what I've got here. I've got an impulse. So this gives me, I can identify what I can anticipate next, right? Now there's no certainty in the markets, obviously. But when I've got this here, okay, I've got, that gives me an advantage over any other technician, period. I don't care what you're using. I don't care how much ICT you've consumed. I don't care if you've watched every single one of his videos. The Elliottician has an advantage here because I know what I've got here, as opposed to, well, I got an uptrend. Yeah, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, I got a trend. I got it. But with regards to what I can anticipate next, right here, I got a 5. Now I can anticipate the 3. Now, once I get the 3, of course, right, we don't know, right, could take out this low. That's possible, right? Anything's possible, right? We could take out this low, right? As I've said, been kind of harping on this just to keep your mind, keep the perspective here. All we ever do in trading is evaluate, okay, where's the current swing? Are we retracing, and are we anticipating the low or the high to break? That's it. That's all. That's the only decision we ever make. If we go here, what do we just say? Oh, here's the new swing. Which side's going to break? That's it. That's all we ever do, right? It's 2-dimensional. Now we can get 3-dimensional once we get into options and time decay and delta and gamma. We can get more complicated. But if you're just looking at the TA on a chart, it's drop dead. That's it. Swing. Which side's breaking? That's all we ever do, right? So now I can look at this. Now let me get in there and let's look at Pizza Man's count and see how that plays here. Okay, so he's got this identified as a 1. Right now we're looking for a 3. Now here's where Elliott, what's the word I want to use? Technicians that are reluctant to put in the extra effort to learn some of these patterns, right? Now, I know that's 24, 26 different combinations of corrections. So you go, well, hey man, I thought it was just 5s and 3s. Yeah, all right, well, we can all agree there's a little more complexity to that because this 3, right, what do we got here, right? We can call it a WXYXZ, it's a 3. Okay, I got a 3, right? Here's my range. I've got a 3. I had a 5. It's followed by a 3. Now, what am I expecting next? I'm expecting a 5. What am I expecting after the 5? I'm expecting a 3. What do I got there? I don't care how much SMC you're using, I have an advantage, right? Because I know what I'm now. That doesn't. By no means am I saying that. Oh well, certainly it can't break that low. That's never what we're saying, right? Here's the swing, right? It's a calculated risk that this is going to hold and this is going to break. That's the calculated risk, right? Here's where we're wrong. Here's where it's invalidated. Here's where it's validated. Well, now we could go up here and do, let's try and be reasonable about how we're approaching this. I've got a 5 followed by a 3 followed by a 5 followed by a 3. Why would you not take that trade? I'm not being sarcastic or glib or pompous ass when I say that. Why would you not take that? What's not there that you would need to see? Nothing. If this is the one, let's get them. Oh, we can just use that here. Where am I looking for it? Right, it's advantages, right? It may be old, I know, Elliott Wave. That's for the old fucks, right? You're wrong. You're wrong if that's your thinking. Okay, well, here's 5, here's 3. Now, okay, well, here's where I'm looking for the 2. Oh, I got a 5. Oh, shit, maybe I'll get a 3. I got a 3. Oh, let's see, he gave me a 15-minute. ABC. Do I know for certain? What do we got? Oh, there's the 2, right? Do I know for certain that low is in? Of course not. A couple of things I can look at here that are telling, right? Now we start to blend the two, right? Now it's not like ICT. Was pointing this out for the first time, right? This is old as when they were writing it in the sand, right? Okay, so here's the prior high. We sweep the highs. Look at this. We're sweeping these highs. That's classic market structure, right? Now, as we live in the age of algorithm-dominated markets, right? So the question is, what is the algorithm likely doing here? So what's the algorithm? What's it really doing? We know we have the measured move algo, but the heat-seeking missile in here is looking for liquidity. Where does it find liquidity? At every one of these pivots. So when we sit here and we talk about, oh, you got to swing, I got to retrace. Okay, right? There's our that's the trader's. What's the word I want? Not dilemma, right? But that's the question mark. Which side, right? Which way are we going? Right? Do you see? Well, here it is. Right? Same thing. Right? Now we use the patterns in this because here's the swing, here's the correction. Right? That's the same thing. But here's a 5 followed by 3. Well, I know if I'm going to take this. Oh, let's see. I'm still in log scale. All right? We can do it this way. Right? I can look here and say, okay, well, if I cut that in half, I just here. Doesn't have to be fancy. If I just cut it in half. Approximately. Well, I got an advantage if I can buy it in the discount. What's this? It's on sale. I mean, if that makes it easier for you to think of, okay, well, here's the 5, here's the 3. Oh, I'm in the discount. Where do I want to find it, right? I want to find it in the discount, right? Where's my best, let's get you right there. Right? So it looks like we broke the golden zone, but it wouldn't be what you'd choose. Right? You'd prefer that held because you know you got an algo here, and it looks like we did get a close below. But in the context of a 1-2, well, we're not gonna come here. Let's go 707. We're not going to disqualify it just because we broke the golden zone. We lose that algo, right? This algo is not involved anymore. When will we get it again? Right there. Right. That's all it does. Right. It just waits for the algo is what we're describing, right? Which side's going to break? So as we come out of this, what are we expecting here? Right? If this trend is going to continue, because so we get this right wrong that you don't get with anything else. Right? Okay, if this is going to go, if it's going to be 1-2, I gotta have 5 here. It can take a lot of different shapes, but it's got to be a 5. See if I can put these two together. It's got to be a 5. Oh fuck, that's not going to work. Let's just do it and make it simple. Right, so I get all of this advantage here as a trader, where I can say, oh, okay, well if it does this, okay, wrong, out, right? I'm buying down here. Look at the risk reward, right? Where's the risk reward better, right? It literally astonishes me that people are, I'll say it this way, willing to buy these breakouts. Yet they do it. Every day, right? We watch them do it in the S&P every day, right? Yeah, let's get you tight on there. All right, a couple of wicks into it, assuming I'm right on it. They buy it, right? You can see, you can literally, I know, right, trading, so is there anything easier than trading in hindsight? No, absolutely nothing, right? And your mind fills in the blanks. Oh, of course I wouldn't have bought it. Oh, of course I'm going to, right? Your mind fills in the blanks for you in the most accommodating way. But in hindsight, right, which is why it's always easier to trade on higher time frames, because you can slow things down and say, okay, what happened here? Why, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, if that's the 5, could it be that they were just running the liquidity there? Right? Software, right? Is the software just running the liquidity? It's not some guy going, oh, I'm going to fuck the guy. I'm going to fuck the breakout traders there. It's not how it works. Could that be what we've got there? Again, let's put this together, right? If you're looking for a trade, I don't know that you could get something any better. Right, that would be the only reason you'd not take this, right? You've got something better, or you're out of capital, or you don't, maybe you're crypto only, or I don't know. But in terms of the technical validity and how beautifully this is set up, there's no reason not to take it. The only reason, again, would be you've got something you like better, or you're out of bullets. That's what do we got there? It's over 10 to 1. You got a 10 to 1 trade you like better? Post it. I'd love to see it. There's John Howard joining us here. Okay, well, we're getting a few on here. Yeah, I don't necessarily mean to always go off on a rant here, but the point here is not just there's the setup, take the trade. If I'm doing shit, there's a gazillion places that'll do that. I'm trying to teach you conceptually here. Why go through the fucking trouble of memorizing all of these different retracements? Why do that when I can just put some lines on the chart and break a structure? Why do that? Well, if I don't kind of take you through the thought process here where you see, I see the advantage. Well, I'm not doing my job, right? My job is trying to help you. Not necessarily sell you something. We have products available to teach this, but I'm trying to. There's no charge for this, right? It's just here. Oh, okay. I want it to make sense to you. So you can people are always bitching like, fuck hindsight. The point of doing it this way is so that the next time you see this, you go, oh shit, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Now, if you get stopped out here, is that a day wrecker? Maybe that's a buzzkill in your day, but it's certainly not going to be a career wrecker unless you did something stupid here. I mean, you can put the stop right there. So unless you went with ridiculous size, that's what you're looking for all day, every day. Time frame doesn't really matter, right? Although the higher the time frame, the easier it is, right? I would tell you, almost 30 years of doing this, the higher the time frame, the easier the trading. The shorter the time frame, much more difficult. As someone who day trades in the S&P every day, by far that's the most difficult trading there is. Right? Would call me a sadomasochist. I'm drawn to it. People say to me, "What's the hardest trading there is?" Day trading. Oh, that's where I'm going. But that's just me. I mean, it's probably dumb, but I can't resist it. Right? Oh, that's the hardest. Oh, let me see if I can do that. Here, you want to make money, or maybe mix the two. I would tell you, mix in a little day trading. Take at most 20% of your trading capital if you want to trade short term, right? And it's tempting right now, right? I'm all over the places. It's tempting right now, especially if you prefer to trade crypto. Crypto's fucking dead at the moment. I mean, yeah, there's little move, right? But the big dog, this is 6 months. I mean, talk about store of value. Oh, we can't have Bitcoin as a store of value. It's way too volatile. What's the least volatile asset on the board over the last, I don't know, fuck, look at the S&P, look at the stock indexes today, and look at Bitcoin. Rock solid, not going anywhere, right? Now, it's not going to go anywhere until we get government out of the way, right? And that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I wouldn't be expecting a whole lot here for a while, right? So then, see, but here again, I'm trying to help you here. I know, we're going to get back to it. Here's what happens to traders, because I'm already getting this feedback. Fuck, what's going on with crypto, right? So maybe I'll go down to the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and I'll start trading there. Oh, careful there, guys. Especially in crypto. You can blow up. in a real hurry down there. And the thinking often is, oh, well, it's smaller time frame, so my risk is going to be less. But your trade volume is going to be dramatically higher, and the number of times you're going to be stopped out dramatically higher. Trust me, I live it all day, every day. It's not easy, and often it's not fun. So, make that decision in your mind as to what is, John Howard, all it's taking off in October. Okay, right? I hope so. But Bitcoin's not going anywhere until we get an ETF. Maybe it drifts a little lower. It's not happening, right? I just read something today. Hopefully it's BlackRock, right? Because that's the catalyst we need. Otherwise, we could drift here for the rest of the year. I'm telling you, as I've said for 5 years, the only thing that can fuck up Bitcoin is either nuclear war or government. We may end up with both, but government is what's fucking it up right now, right? Who has the most to lose, right? Government. All right, so let's get back here. God damn, I got all over the place here. Okay, so here's the trade. If you don't like it here, you say, oh, well, since I know, right? Again, we're back to what can we say with certainty? If this is a 1-2, excuse me, I've got to get a 5 here. If I'm going to get a 5, I got to have a 1-2. You don't like it here? You don't like this one? This one. Oh, because I have to have a 5 here. Otherwise, wrong, stopped out, right? Which is why you don't risk, right? Small risk, right? Buying in the discount? Yeah, buying in the discount. Buying a pattern I recognize? Yeah. Did the 2 come in right where we'd expect it? Not required, but just where we'd anticipate it? Yeah. Why would you not take it? That's not financial advice. I ask that to you. Think in your own mind. Okay, what is it I'm looking for that's not there? Oh, you might say, I'd like to see it get on the other side of the Vegas wave. Okay. You're going to wait here, right? But it takes a while to flip it, right? I mean, look how far we had to come down before it flips, right? For this to flip back the other way, you're going to leave the 3? Okay, no problem, right? Because remember what we're saying here. This is, again, I'm trying to show you the advantages of using Elliott, even though I know it's not as popular as it once was. If this is, right, we come back here. If this is the 1 and this is the 2. Now, heavy emphasis on if. Right, there's no certainty in trading. All of this is ifs. If this is a 1-2 and I'm going to get a 5 here because I've got to have a 3 here, right? If it's 1-2, 3. Okay, right? This should be self-evident, right? But let's just, because we have a lot of new people viewing here, right? If it's going to be 1-2, 3, where's the target for the 3? Right? If it's going to be 1-2, 3, well, why would we use something other than the most common target, right? Do we know it's going to go that high? Well, no. But why would you forecast something else? Oh, okay, what's the minimum forecast? 100%. Right, so at least we can call it a 3, right? Now, it doesn't have to be the, right? Remember, right, Elliotticians know this, right? Anyone who's done any study, it doesn't have to be the longest, just can't be the shortest. Okay, well, we got a pretty big rip in the 1, 2. Okay, well, at least it's got a, target would be 100. Now, are you going to get it here? There's 100. Well, that's 52 to 1. How many of you could stay long if you're up that kind of amount, right? Very, very few, right? All of us, right? Just your human greed glands are going to kick in. Oh my God, I've got to take it. Right, we're right? See, that's really what you're after. That's 147 to 1. Can you do that? You know who can do that? Almost no one, which is why they use algorithms, right? Because an algorithm doesn't, no emotion. It'll stay until it gets to the 3. I've seen it take 5-6 years. Right? No human being can stay long that long. You can't do it. That's why they use algorithms. Okay, so if this is 1-2, and this is just going to be the 1 of the 3, don't feel like, oh fuck, yeah, I missed that one. No, you didn't. Right? It's the beauty of Elliott Wave, right? It's fractal, right? So if this is the 1, okay, what's next? Right? This is just repeating. 3. Right? If it's going to be a 3, it's got to have an impulse. If it's going to be an impulse, it's got to have a 1, 2, 3. So all of this is all potential, right? It's all just potential, but we can start to formulate a real trade plan here that you can't do with market structure. Oh, okay, well, maybe it'll break this high. Maybe it will. But what's the forecast? How far is it going to go if it breaks it? Some prior pivot we could use over here? Well, maybe. Right? That'd probably be what you'd be using. Oh, well, let's see. Here we go. And I can bring it in. Say, oh, likely, look at all this liquidity up here. All this liquidity up here, right? Oh, well, that's a reasonable target. Well, here's the 1%, right? So that's what, if you're approaching it with market structure, remember, the algo doesn't care about any of that. What is it looking for? Liquidity, right? That's what it's after here, liquidity. Sweep it. There's the 2, right? Can't go again, right? Once it goes, right, they've left the liquidity down there. Is the liquidity still down there? Oh, definitely. If it comes back down, right, there'll be stops there. Liquidity, right? You can see they ran the liquidity here before it came down, right? Here, so they ran the lows before it came up, right? You should start now, dial your eye into that at every pivot, because that's what's happening, right? In 2023, and probably for the foreseeable future, it's all about liquidity. And that's what the algorithm's doing. Where is it? Where can I find it? So every decision should be, where could it not get the liquidity, and where is the next location for liquidity? That's what should be going off in your mind. Okay, if this is, let's get this out of here. If this is going to be, get you out of here. If we're going to do this, where's the liquidity? Well, let's dig in there. Right, so down here, right, and look how lovely little tap of the Vegas wave right in the lips, right, but up we come down here. So we know, so I can do it this way, we know we don't even have to think about it, right? If we, well, see, look how this works. If we come down here and sweep the liquidity here, do we have a 2? Right, we get certainty there. We get an absolute, there is no Elliott shuffle there. That's confirmed, right? Now, if it's blessing or curse, right? You say, oh, well, it can't be a 2. Now, if you're using market structure, oh, fuck, they just swept the lows and off we go. Okay, maybe, right? But how is it any different up here? Oh, they sweep the highs, right? Down we go. You see, be careful of that. Here's the advantage of Elliott, right? I can say, if it takes that low out, if we sweep this low, I don't care if it sweeps it by a tick, it's not a 1-2. That's, to me, that's certainty of what I've got here, rather than just chaos, is very, very appealing, because I can look at that and say, I know it can't be that. That certainty of yay, nay, on, off, up, down, black, white, it cannot be a 2. Again, to me, that's a huge advantage to the Elliottician. I don't care, how much SMC you're using. Okay, so what do we have here, right? Do you see the liquidity up there? Oh, here's a little gap here, liquidity here, right? So if this is going to go to the 3, well, the first thing we got to look at is, and be mindful of, is that liquidity right there. Can it get up there? Right? Can we get up here, right? If it's going to be a 3, we're going to have to take that liquidity. If we get through that, right? So, all right, think about it, right? If it's going to be a 3, maybe 1, 2. Right? Sweep the liquidity, retrace. What is the market structure trader thinking? Oh, break of structure, retrace, right? That's how you trade it, right? It's not breakout. No. Right? That's what the novice does, right? Oh, breakout, right? And they don't know that the next thing coming is the retrace. It's like the impulse. They buy, somebody buys it up here, always. Right? They don't understand how it works, right? And you hope, right, they'll get there eventually, right? But it's sad to say it this way, but it's the inexperienced, right, that feed the experience, right? Sad but true. Okay, 1, 2, right? We swept it. Oh, here's the retrace. So if this is 1, 2, well, I got to have 5 here. 1, 2. I'm going to go 3, 3, 4, 5. I got to have it. It has to happen, or it's not right. I don't get that with anything else. I don't get that absolute certainty. If it's this, then that. Or if it's not that, then it's not this. Well, you got me started there, Pizza Man. Thanks for that one. Holy shit, I did a half an hour on that. I promise you I don't start with anything in my head. It's just what comes out. All right, I hoped everybody's not fucking nodded off there. I hope that's useful. Okay, thanks for that one, Pizza. That's a beauty. I'm highly probable I'm going to get off of this live stream and go take that trade. Thank you, Pizza Man. I've got Tilray, although that's not looking so good, right? From one of the last It's a little bit down today. One of the last live streams. Okay, here's GZ. Oh, he's been all over this one. Verasity. All right, there's copy link. There's somebody dropping something on. Impulse for CGC does not have the right look. Fair enough, Monero Picasso. Before I come off of this one, you don't. Well, I see your point. So what he's saying here is that given the 1-2, right, compared to the 3-4-5, right, that well, let's see if I can do it here for him. What he's saying is, so remember, right, and this is important in Elliott, right, the channeling, right, is critical to it. Well, you're kind of at a, what would you call it, right? So would you, Monero Picasso, be thinking, this is the green minor degree also, no, yeah, the channeling is the big issue. A three-wave move up. So I would propose it to be a three-wave move up. So you see this as A, B, C. Well, fair enough. That's what makes a market, right? So when I say, why would you not take that trade, right? He has a very legitimate reason, right? Because he doesn't see it the same way Pizza Man and I do. And again, it's what makes a market, right? So that makes it interesting. God damn, man, that would be one. Now let's just measure it, right? Just so I don't ignore an alternate scenario. That'd be 300% for a C. Well, again, right? It's what makes a market, right? He has a different view, so he's going to pass on this one. I'm likely to take that as soon as this live stream is done. But again, let's come back to, right? Reasonable minds can disagree. If I'm wrong, oh, pardon me. If Pizza Man and I in this analysis are wrong and this low is taken, I've got a very, very, very small loser. If right, and we go to a third, see, I mean, that's the calculated risk you got to be comfortable taking, right? So technicians and often Elliotticians will disagree, right? See, I see a reasonable risk reward given the potential reward. Monero Picasso disagrees, right? So I guess he's thinking A, B, C. Well, it would have to be, right? Because we've got a 2 here, so it's either A, B, or 1, 2, right? Those are the only options here. I think we probably agree on that, Modern, right? If this is A, B, C, well, then you're looking for this, right? You're looking for new lows, right? I would beg to differ on that, right? So again, it's just what makes a market, right? Either way, if he's taking it short, right, thinking it's A, B, C, and we're going down to challenge these lows, well, Modern, I wouldn't touch that myself until we break this golden zone. Then maybe on the retrace, maybe you take it like that. But I think the play is on the long side, right? So, again, one thing that I try to emphasize, I'm never here telling you that my count is right or that I'm right or that this is what's going to happen. This is how I see it, and I'm concurring with what Pizza Man sees. Monero Picasso just sees it differently. Right? Reasonable minds can disagree. Okay, so let me go back. Let me keep coming to. All right, I've spent enough time on that one. Let's go to Verasity. Okay, so this is. I'm going to leave that because I am going to take that trade. All right, white screen coming. All right, so here's. Let me copy this. Let me get that. Veracity. I have had more emails from George on this one. I know he's excited about the potential here. Okay, so you're giving me. Okay, let's do scenario 1 first. Okay, so this is 4-hour time frame. We are. Oh God. I don't know if it can get any sexier than that, right? We're right. Oh, it looks like we just broke it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Yeah, we just got our break. Are we in log scale? We are in log scale. All right, so that's too bad to lose that. Only because that's such a big one. That's a shame, right? Well, it's not, it doesn't kill it necessarily, but you've lost the horsepower that brings to it. Okay, so it's a bit of a tell here when you broke it here, although that was wick only, right? I would let that slide. A little trickier here. Okay, so we've got A, B. Oh. Okay, so he's going A here. We can get rid of that, right? So we, oh shit, we can go here. I'm just gonna clear up the board a little bit. So here's A, B. Yeah, that's hard to fight the 5 there. That's a little iffy there. Well, I guess we fly there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, that's the 4 clearly. There's the 5. A, B, C. Jesus, how are we doing it, George? If the A is here, we got to go A, B, C, D, E. Okay, I guess we can do it that way. And then down into the, for a 1. Boy, sorry guys. So I've got to assume here that in alternate 2, you're thinking WXY, right? I'm assuming A, B, C, D. He wants to get that done. Well, I think there's a little bit of like, okay, let's consider one alternate here would be WXY, something which I would imagine he's considered. I've never done an ending diag that was so horizontal, so I give scenario 2 as well. This sure looks like a 5, right? So it's hard to reckon with that. But we're calling it, well, either way, we're a little fucked here because it sure looks like a 5, right? So if you're calling it a 2, oh, George, I don't know about that one. This is all wick, right? So you finished it here, which is hard to not call that a 5. But here we've broken the low, so excuse me, it doesn't play. So one possibility is that it's a C. A, B, C. Jesus, I might do it. Boy, that's ugly, man. I got to tell you, as I look at this, and again, reasonable minds can disagree, right? Monero Picasso and I just disagreed on that last count. Here's what I don't see: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think so. I don't think so. Y is going much deeper. Yeah, well, as you're commenting, George / John, if this is 1, 2, god damn. So you're proposing this? Just so I'm clear, right, on what you're proposing. That's what you're proposing? Yeah, it's not that it's not possible, but we'll call it unusual. So I think this might be a case here where the Elliott is more confusing. Let's look at, sometimes, right, it's to lead you astray, right? If it's not clear, you try and force an Elliott count and maybe it's not there, right? It's not always there. That's the one caveat I would add, that it's not always there, and we as Elliottians find ourselves trying to always impose a count on it. And as I would tell you, and I think Monero Picasso would agree with me, when Elliott is most effective, you literally can't fucking miss it. It's like in your face, right? Is there any, well, oh, that might not be the best example here, because there's not a great 2 here, but that sure looks, well, if I had to label that right here, I'd be inclined to do this, seeing that as a 5. It's a skinny 2, right? But the channeling would be better, right? And as well, any Elliottician, both, here, let's get it this way. Picasso and I would both agree, right? If we can get them self-contained here, that's the best kind of impulse, right? So now we're not trying to connect. This completes. Anything happening here is after this completion. So this is all part of a correction of it. My view. Boy, that is just... No, okay, so as far as I'm concerned, George, here, this is just still a green banana. It's too soon. I don't like this enough to work. But again, this is just me. if it's not right in my fucking face, I will wait, because if that's going to come out of here, okay, great. I'll take that one. If we're going to have, if it's going to get bullish, okay, rather than try and pick the, you know, guesstimate of, oh, it's a wacky ABC something, who knows, right? We've broken the golden zone. So number one, I don't love it. I've lost that horsepower. I've lost that guide with a machete clearing a path for me, right? Now I'm like, fuck. Okay, I don't have the big dog behind me, so why do I want to try and pick this turn? I don't. You don't need to pick the turn, ever, right? I think it's taken me a long time to really internalize that, because I'm such a naturally counter trend trader. If it's going down, I want to buy it. If it's going up, I want to sell it. It's just instinctively where I go. So it's taken me a lot of time to just get to say, dude, you don't need to get that turn. Where's the money? Right, again, our purple belts, the only trades we let them make are just for this reason, right? Because it was so important for me in my development. 3s and C's. That's it. Those are your money balls. Oh, what? Okay, well, you want to take the 3 and the 1? No, okay, that's fine. But really, where's the money made here? If we've got a low here, George, if this were coming into a low, and okay, right, so we're gonna lose the big algo here, but we can get him back here, right? It won't be as big. It won't be as big. But we can get him back here, right? We can get it back right here, right? Now it won't have the same legs here, but do I care if I get this? Am I disappointed? Well, it would have been nice, you know, you could jump on it right there a little bit better. But even if we had held right here, I would propose to you, you don't need to take the turn. Now I know it's tempting, right? You can just do a little bit more size. Oh, if you get up ahead here and you got 20% of what your normal buy would be, oh, okay, well, I got house money. We go through the retrace. You decide whether you want to take it, right? So just looking at it, all right, just based on what we just talked about. Where would you see potential liquidity, right? Remember the algo's just after liquidity, right? Where can I find liquidity? Oh, well, you think there's going to be some stops there? Yeah, there are going to be stops there. You think there's going to be stops here at this low? Look down here, right? What's happening right now? You think there's some stops here? Let's get you out of here, right? Well, these have already been swept, right? Which is why it's not, oh, guaranteed. Oh, they swept the lows, we're off to new highs. No. But where's the next opportunity for liquidity to be grabbed, right? We can all just see it, right? Staring us in the face, right? It's already been grabbed, right? They've already grabbed it. Does that mean buy it? No. Where's the next opportunity? There's some here, right? You got to look for that. Now, this is an 8 hour, right? So you got plenty of time. You get out of that immediacy of like, oh, fuck, you know, I better make that decision right now. You got plenty of time here. If George is right and we're going to end in this diag, okay, right? The whole thing just shifts down. You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that, right? Again, it took me a long time to break that habit. Still, reflexively, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm buying it. I have to catch myself to not do it. Kind of looking here. God, it's so fucking ugly, though. There's such poor, Jesus. It's so wicky, right? Say it that way, right? In strong trends, we don't want we want big disruptive bars here, right? That shows you. I mean, look at this big fair value gap here. That shows you. So again, we're not trying to make light of SMC. We're trying to include it, right? So displacement, right? We see the displacement. How many one time frame there, but where we see this constant overlap of bars. Now it's an 8 hour, right? So it's not uncommon. Holy shit! Sorry guys, software update. I don't think that fucked us up. Okay, good. I think this is just a hurry up and wait. I like that this is on your radar, George, and this we may look good down here at 003, but I don't see any reason to jump on it now. Right, other than, I mean, you could make the case, right? This is often the case. Okay, well, accumulation zone or demand, or as he's noting, let it come down lower, right? Where's the last down? Well, you can call this a kind of a lazy man's order block. Well, that's actually a good order block, right? Because we got displacement that follows it. So here's the order block, right? If it comes down here, okay, still not trying to pick the turn. Why? No need to. I'll do that. I'll take that one. Why? If I take it there, it's fucking log scale is a pain in the ass, I will admit that. There you go, 707. 786, right? I can still, right, there's 9 to 1. It's almost 10 to 1. 9.98, right? If I get to the 1.618, I got 10 to 1. Oh, you're sorry because you didn't get this one? Well, even if you get this one, right? Remember, right? If you, this is another reason, right? I'll just throw this in and I'll get off this. Why you don't need to pick the turn, because if you're picking the turn, you're picking the one. In a bullish scenario like this, you're picking the one. Well, guaranteed there's going to be a 2, right? So if you're right, so why wait for what? Well, think of it this way. Okay, you're going to take the 1. Are you getting out here? How do you know, right? We don't know how far that's going. How do you know? Oh, okay, well, I'm going to use some liquidity over here. Okay, great. All right, so you got this trade. Now we retrace. All right, well, now you're making some big assumptions about your skill level, that you're going to get out exactly at the right time as you retrace and get back in exactly at the right time, and you're going to ride it all the way up to the 3. George, if you're doing that, congratulations, right? You got the oh, not a hat trick. What do they call it when you get 2 goals in hockey, right? When you get 2 goals, not 3. Well, here you got 2 of them here. Shit, I can't remember it. Not that I'm a big hockey guy, but a hat trick is what was popping into my head. 1, 2, right? Okay, well, you nailed it perfectly, right? Well, here's the trade. See, I'd rather wait for that because I get the confirm that I have a 1, and then I get the 2, as opposed to, oh shit, W, X, Y, X, Z. I'm not saying that's what's coming. I'm just saying why? When your focus should be always down here, never up here, right? Now we want to have a target, right? Like, where could it go? You don't want to go, well, fuck, it could go somewhere higher. It's good to have a target. Let's use the most common location for a 3, but okay, I'll take that, right? And if I get stopped out here and it goes a little bit lower, oh fuck, okay, does it kill it as a 2? No, I might reconsider if I really like it. If this is a beautiful, if I get a nice, just perfect 3 down here, okay, I'll consider going again. But yet again, I can wait for the 2. These are the perks of Elliott Wave. Say it that way. I think this is a lot of hurry up and wait here, George. This is good work, right? In 2 scenarios and a lot of potential here. And this is grinding down. I mean, fuck, there's a lot of different classic TA here. You've got wedge, 3 drives. There's a whole lot here. It's a shame we broke that golden zone. All right, goddamn, I'm long-winded today. Okay, let me keep going there, George. Okay, Rivian. See, this must be one you're trading because I remember looking at this. Okay, warning, white screen. Get your shades on. All right, Rivian, because I remember we looked at this because I kept it up for a while. How's the market doing? Man, it's still on the lows. Okay, Rivian from CN Salazar. Always like to see what he's up to. Okay. Always appreciate CN Salazar. Whenever I ask these guys for content, he always comes through. Always appreciate that. Okay, so here's a 24-hour. Well, you have a little bit of the same issue here, right? As Modern Picasso will be quick to note here. We get kind of the same thing here, right? Is this 1, 2? We're going to do it here, right? So, I mean, it's not a bad approach to take that and critique what do I want to say? Critique the quality of the Elliott count. And say, well, if it doesn't have the look that I'm after. Now, you could, here, let's draw it, right? If it doesn't have the right look, right, and that may be a criteria that Modern has, right? If it doesn't have the right look, I don't take it. Man, more power to you, right? To have that discipline, right? I think often the biggest, there's likely two hurdles for people that are new who would be, well, not necessarily new, but looking to improve their trading, right? That's probably why you're here, or maybe you'd spot a setup. But these are really meaningful ideas. Okay, I don't take this because I don't have the channeling that I like. Now, is there an alternate in here? I don't think so. I think you're kind of stuck with that. If, what are we on, a 24 hour? Let's go to an 8. Let's see if there's any way we can. Well, let's see, let's see. Uh-oh, I got a more better. Okay. All right. Now he likes this one a little bit better. But my point is is really what he's emphasizing. If it doesn't have what you like and what you see, don't take it just because you saw it on a live stream or somebody else likes it. It's got to be, what is it you see that gives you the conviction to put money at risk? Because if it's, I don't like that channeling, let the trade pass. Because if it's going to go, right, there'll be an opportunity to participate. If you're not sure, like, oh fuck, that 2 to that 4 it's too much time, right? He's absolutely right, and he was right on the last one. This is not what you'd hope for. That's not your. Listen, if you're patient, you'll find the ones that have exactly what you're looking for. Now, that can be frustrating because we want to trade, right? That's what we're here to do, right? We want to trade. So there's a tendency to go, well, fuck, I mean, it's pretty good, right? The fuck, let's take it, right? Let's see what happens, right? Careful with that. Careful with that. Overtrading is, again, that's another thing that I have to wrestle with because I see things all the time, right? And plus I have people feeding me ideas all the time. So half the battle, I've got to go, wait a minute. Am I trading all of this? Or well, let's see, let's start to be more selective about the criteria here. Well, let's just play this out here. If this is as CN is proposing it, if that's the impulse off the low, how good are we there? Let's take a look, right? So part of what might influence you to say, it's not just what I like, it would be how good the finish was, right? So, okay, 3, well, that would have to be the 4, right? Right? You can always work backwards with Elliott, right? You can always work backwards. The 4 is the easiest thing to find. Okay, so, all right, that would have to be the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, here, let's label it, right? Fuck me, come here. I do like TradingView, but sometimes it's a pain to work with. Okay, I got a pretty good looking 5 there. Maybe not, excuse me. I think we're gonna have to do it here. This is gonna have to be, well, there's your classic, right? Because this is a 3, so we gotta go 1, 2. It's a little iffy in there as well. You're going to have to get, well, that's such a good 3. I think I'd go with that. Well, you can kind of see what happened up here. Right, random. Excuse me, there's the classic, they're just running the stops, right? So when you see that should be, that's kind of a heads up. Well, okay, look at it this way. Once they, right, just in terms of when you're evaluating whether you're going to take a trade, or you're looking here, you're going, what happened there? Right, well here, oh shit, did we get, well, let's just get that out of here. Okay, right, if this is, almost doesn't matter, right? Well, when you see this, right, well, we know, okay, we can identify what happened there, right? Remember, the algo is just looking for liquidity. You think there were stops there? Yeah, there were stops there. So liquidity is grabbed. Okay, now we come back down. Now, once this happens, where's the new liquidity? Right there. Right? So the go, well, you had a couple of things happen here, right? So you got a little, fuck me, come here. You got a little change of character here. Yeah, you get another one, right? So that's not uncommon, right? We'll go back and forth and see this, right? As someone who day trades a lot, right? You see this often, right? Where you're in between. Here would be the dominant. Well, let's do it this way. All right, so here would be the 2. That's the PDA array, right? The premium discount array. So here's the last low. Here's the high. Right now we know it's good here because it broke. Right? We can just put this together here slowly. And I have a point here. Okay, so here's the little back and forth, right? So you might look at this and go, oh, what's happening there? stops, right? You see it on both sides. Stops here, run. Now, here's all the liquidity sitting up here. Right? You've heard me say it a lot of different ways before. The fact that they can't get it, right? Because there's an effort to get it. I promise you there's an effort to get it, right? Size comes in, right? Now we have a good pivot, right? Because of that, just that alone. Oh, because why, just like they got it here, they got it here, they got it here, they got it here. Can't get it, right? Too much size, right? Comes in, right? Now we're back here. Now where's the liquidity? Oh, they can't get it. There would be, right? Algo's going to want it. Gets the low, right? Gets the low, right? Okay, who's in charge here? Right, now this is an 8 hour, right? So you've got plenty of time to look at this and go, what's happening here? What's happening here? You'll start to see, right, if you're using something like Sonar, there's lots of free ones now. Here's the little fair value gap, right? Here's the display. Oh, fuck, here we can start to really put some things together. I know hindsight here, but I've got to, hopefully this helps you, right? So here's the swing, there's Al, right? So I'm taking to calling him Al, right? Okay, here's the algo. Swing, retrace, right? Remember, all trading ever is, at any moment, every decision is the same decision. Here's the swing, all right? Which side breaks? That's all we ever do. Which side, which one would you give, if your market's sitting right here, which side would you give the odds to breaking? If you gun to your head, you had to take a trade here. Are you long or short? Really, long? If you knew that was there, long? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You don't know that it's a lower high, right? You could do that. But once it starts to come, right, and you see this displacement, all right here, are you going, oh, fuck, I missed it? Right? A lot of people, that's a common problem. Oh, fuck, I missed it. God damn it. Oh, it happened in the middle of the night. I didn't see it, right? Did you miss it? Did you miss it, right? I mean, we're all headed all the way down here to 12. What are we at here? 17. Did you miss it? Well, you missed the turn. You don't need to get the turn. How about right here? There's Al, right? Swing, right? This is all we ever, there's no decision you make at any time there's anything other than that. Does it hold or does it break? Which side breaks? Two dimension. That's all we can do, right? So if you're right here, knowing that, looking at the fair value gap, I know hindsight. But if you're right here, gun to your head, are you long or short, right? And that's not a bad way to think of it. Well, fuck, if I had to take a trade, well, first, would you? Second, are you long or short there? Right. I mean, you got a lot of. I mean, if we're making a court case here, boy, a lot of lower lows, lower highs, right? Is there any question about what the trend is? No, no question about where the trend is. Where are the stops? Well, the most recent right here, right? We don't know. They might go up and get that. We don't know that, but look right here. See, if you're looking right here, looking at this, I say, fuck, I got a fair value gap. I've got the fucking dominant algo right in my face, right? Here's where it's to the tick. It's literally to the tick. To the tick. Can you take a short there? Oh, geez, I got somebody's coloring here. When I copy, I get their coloring. Oh, fuck. Let's see if I can do this. Does that work? Yeah, we go. Okay, all right, so you can see the, what 6.75 to 1. With a tight, that's a tight stop. Right, you're just counting on the, okay, again, right, always look for it. What happened right here? Do you see what happened there? Right, look, every pivot, right, if you can see that, right? They run the stops here just to get up. Algo fires. Do we get a second chance at it? Little wiki. Now, 1, 2, right here. Buyer, seller. Right, did they do it again? It's over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It takes some time. Go back through some of your trades, look at your chart, anything you're looking at now. Now look, with that mindset, where's the liquidity? Where are they going to get it? If they can get it, where can they find it? And if they don't get it, right, is there any reason why you would think, oh shit, they're going to go get it? Where's the liquidity? Right there. They did it here. Can't get it. Down we go. All right. Hopefully this is not just a waste of breath. You guys are getting something out of that. All right. So let's get back here. See, this is a tricky one here. 1, 2, right? Wouldn't you have been thinking, oh, okay, if that's the 1, 2, a good example. This is actually a very good example of just shit I've been railing on this morning. And here's one where, welcome to trading, right? It's not going to be easy. If anyone tells you, oh, follow my system, you can retire, you quit your job, $5,000 a month, $5,000 a day, $5,000 a week, just lock your wallet down. Okay, 1, 2. Oh, 2? Really? Oh, shit, doesn't look like a 3. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, I remember that guy saying if it's going to be an impulse, I got to have a 1, 2 there. Right? What are you thinking here? Oh, shit, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what you're thinking. What? Oh. Here, would you have been thinking I'm going to get a truncated ABC? No. No, you're not thinking that. Is it a 1? Well, it's a pretty good finish on the 5, right? So that's kind of where I started before I went off on that tirade here. I got a pretty good finish here. So the 1, 2, right? Again, same thing over and over and over again, right? It's all we do, right? Which side? Wait, we break in here. We break in here. Well, this one makes it really kind of tricky, right? Because what do we do here? We just go sideways, right? So you get, now, if you've studied a little Elliott, right, you know, like, oh, okay, so, right, rule of alternate. Well, pardon me, I hate that. Guideline of alternation. I do not apply that as a rule. Okay, so I got a sideways 2, I got a sharp and short 4. There's guideline of alternation. So if I'm here, go now. Again, it's kind of the same thing here. Am I anticipating that I'm going to put in this tiny little 5? Definitely not. You'd be thinking, okay, at least we're going to stay in the channel. Fuck, I'll get up here. 1, 2, sideways, 3, short. Oh, I'm looking for something big here. Guess not. Are we still going 1, 2? Well, what's the alternate? A, B, C? I don't think so. All right, so what we really see here is, fuck, I'll get back to CN's chart. God damn, I'm all over the place today. What's a better way to do this? Let's do it this way. Right, we get consolidation, right? So, one of the things that, which again, is, I got to give the guy credit, right? This is as old as the hills, but it's SMC, ICT people will call this. So, and again, this is so fucking old. I can't believe it's being reintroduced as something as new, right? Accumulation, right? And then we have acceleration, then distribution, right? So, okay, so we can look here and say, what's happening here? Why are we going? Well, we're just going sideways. Could this possibly be accumulation? Could this be the accumulation? Well, when we come out of here, look how we come out after this, right? Potential, right? Is this just all accumulation? Accumulate, boom, then there's the big push. Now, when we get the push here, this is pretty explosive, right? And you're seeing the displacement, right? To use SMC language, right? But again, we used to call them breakaway gaps, right? So you see the displacement, right? So the gaps here are substantial, right? This is a big fucking rip here, right? And we're blowing through all that liquidity, gets taken, and they keep going, right? And then the same, gosh, it's just, once you start doing this, you almost can't. It's annoying, right? So it's everywhere, right? Do you think they ran some stops up here, right? Down here, it's over and over and over again, right? It's what the algo is doing, right? Which is why I'm trying to like get your mind and dial into this. Okay, right? So likely accumulation. Whew, when we come out of here, pretty dramatic. Now, are we going to come all the way back down to where the accumulation was? Well, we could. Well, this doesn't look like we'd be done here, does it, right? I mean, it looks more impulsive than a 1, 2, 3. Well, right, you can always work backwards, right? The 4, what are we on? 4 is going to be the easiest thing to spot, right? Okay, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, fuck, that's not, well, we could finish it there, that works. Okay, so we've got a, I wouldn't call it a great looking impulse, but it's like more impulsive than corrective. Okay, where's Al, right? Always, where's Al? All right, well, here's Al. Okay, is that the B? Right, if we're going to lean into this as a 1, right, and until proven otherwise, I'd be inclined, right, if I had, right, again, if you have to label it, I don't know, modern, you calling that an ABC? I think not, right? I think we'd likely be leaning into the idea that I've got something impulsive here coming out of this accumulation. Okay, so could we come that low? Yeah, we could, right? Here's the algo target right down here. All right, well, let's put the whole thing together, right? If this is going to play, well, we don't know, but if it's going to play as an impulse, where are we looking for the... Well, here's Al, right? Here's the golden zone. We'd look for this right here. So we could get something like, oh shit, that was his. Right? He had him there handily for me. All right, so he's, here I'm giving you a long-winded wind-up to get exactly what CN Salazar already had teed up for us. I'm just giving you the long-winded version. Okay, so we've got a candidate here for a 1, right? It's a candidate. We can be wrong. Shit, did we hit it up here? I can't remember if I checked this already. I think we broke here. Yeah, we did. There's to the tick, but this is the dominant, right? So, okay, right, we can't eliminate that, right? Remember, there's always an algo, always an Al on the other side. Can't eliminate it, but this is encouraging, right? After this is encouraging. Okay, what do we, if we're going to lean into the idea, we've got an impulse here. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Right there. All right, if we do it, now this, well, let's see. I gotta see what CN is. Come here. What is CN thinking here? Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay. So this is what he's thinking. All right, that we haven't. This is the A, right? So this is at the higher degree. Let me get this out of here. This is the A at the higher degree, right? Well, this is not a great look. His premise is that it's not a good enough B, right? Given how far this went and the, well, so let me draw it for you, right? So here's what he's kind of laying out, right? And there's, there's no guarantee we do this, right? That would be a nice 3 into the B. I gotta move this over. All right, so this would be the B, right? Now, B's, right, which are much like B's, can be kind of annoying, right? A B can go higher, right? Which is a little bit of like, oh, fuck, man, I lose that certainty of like, well, it can't be a 2, but it can be a B, right? We can get an expanded B, and that can fuck your count up a little bit, right? So we can say, oh, wait a minute. Okay, is this a 5? Oh, wait a second. So then you're back here, you're thinking, this is what makes it tough, right? Nobody said it was going to be easy. You're thinking, A, oh, wait a minute, is this the 2 here, and I've got 1, 2, 3? No one said it was going to be easy, right? So you might look at this and go, well, fuck, man, how am I going to know? Well, you're not. But so, I mean, we could come up here and sweep we say, well, what about all that liquidity sweeping you're talking about? Well, yeah, we could do that. We could go up here. This could still, if I can get it out of there, this can still be the B, and go up here and run that high. How are you going to know? How are you going to know that that's an expanded B? You're not. You're not going to know. Okay, well, let's just think for a second, right? So one thought is, okay, well, my bias here on Rivian is bullish. So one thought here is, well, okay, it could be a 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to take the 3. Could be A, B. I'm going to take the C. So, well, shit. If I bring this back here, why not take it right there? Right? Remember 3s and C's, right? Purple. Oh, fuck, that's a C. You could take that. But I think what he's doing here is saying, well, it will look better, right, in terms of kind of back to what Modern was doing before, where he didn't like that impulse. It's kind of the same idea here. If you don't like this enough to think, oh shit, okay, well, because why, right? Why would you hold off there? Because you didn't get what you're really looking. Ah, fuck me, come here. You didn't get what you're looking for, which is this. I didn't get that. So I'm much more inclined to think of this as just an impulsive move, right? It looks impulsive. So this, right? He's actually smart, right? He's actually demonstrating some skill here, in that it would be tempting to go, oh, okay, A, B, oh, we're going to truncate the C. Oh, okay, because I want to be long. Nope. What he's essentially saying is, I'm willing to let this thing play out here, and maybe it goes, right? I'll let it go if it does, right? Because if it's a 3, there'll be a 4. I'll let it go here because I'm anticipating this, right? That's where these come in, right? That's where this comes in. I'm willing to let the C go here, even though, like, shit, man, I want to be long, and it's gone from 20 to 27. Oh, shit, I'm missing that. Well, you don't have to, right? Your choice, right? Whether you want to take that. Is that good enough to take? RSI looks friendly, right? You're at least in, well, I'm pausing at the 50. I'd want to see that continue and not remember the 50 is the most important level in the RSI, right? You want to see that continue to go and not roll over. If it rolls over, okay, let's see, there's a 4 hour. Let's go to a 1. What do we really have here? Well, that doesn't look like, that's not much of a 3. So what he's basically doing here is saying, okay, that doesn't look corrective, that looks impulsive, and so does this. So what does that leave? If the deduction is impulsive, right? It's either, this is impulsive and this is impulsive, you're not going to go 1, 2. You're going to go A, right? Because we're still in the confines of this, right? This is still, right? And this is, well, again, here's the, right? Here's the swing. What are we doing, right? Are we breaking here? Are we breaking here? That's all we're ever doing. So if we want to take it here, that would be the ideal. That's the best location. It's best risk reward, right? If you're bullish, right? Because you're playing off of the impulse here. Maybe you like the fundamentals and the story and the trucks and the cars. Maybe, oh, fuck, whatever the reason is. Okay, 1, 2. Right? The assumption is we're not breaking here. And if we break here, I'm not going to stick around to see what happens. If we do break that, well, then the whole process starts over, and this was not a 1. Can't be. If this is a 1, the one thing I know with certainty is I can't break that by a tick. I like that certainty in the chaos. Right? I'm always looking for certainty. Where can I say, well, it can't be that? And if it can't be that, it must be this. And if it's not this, it must be that. That's Elliott Wave, right? Which you don't get in any other TA approach. Okay. For the C, for the 2, that's his plan if I can get it correctly identified. For the 2. We'll see, right? This will be a good one. Let's look at this one next week. I don't know if it'll move enough, right? But this will be a good one to kind of track, because that's a conundrum there. You can look at it here and say, well, fuck, didn't the algo fire? Yeah, it did. Is it going to stay long until it breaks here? Yes. Where's the target? Up here. So why are we shorting here? Well, what's the priority? Right? Well, this would be ideal, right? And would not surprise me even for a millisecond, right? If we did that, right? Stop 50, right? It's very common, right? We do the 50, then we'll do the golden zone. Here we do the 50, 50, golden zone, golden zone. Where's the algo target? Right here on the 65, right? So what are you anticipating after that? Whoops. You'd be anticipating this. Good one, right? But here, the other thing you might say is, well, we're just in an algo box. Until we get out of this, I sit on the sidelines or sell a iron condor. Sell above, sell below, right? And wait and see which side breaks, right? If it just goes sideways and you work the time decay, maybe sell something with a week left, right? If you're not sure where that's going, you sell a credit spread, sell a put spread, iron condor, right? So you're just saying, see, it's much, not to get into a whole options thing, but it's much easier target to say, well, let me rephrase that. It's a much bigger target to say where it's not likely to be than where it's going to be. Does that make sense, right? If it's going to be up here or down here, right? Those are, whereas when you're trying to be directional, you got to pick the turns, right? And when you're selling options, you're just saying, well, it's not likely to be in that range in the next week. Jesus, I'm long-winded today. What's the market doing? Gosh, it's tanking still. NQ is 100. Good one, Cian. You guys giving me a lot to talk about today. Maybe I'm just blabbermouth today. What do I got? George. This I think this is a different George. This is well, this is not GZ. So this is not John Howard. This is George, XLM USD. He didn't give me an exchange. Oh, shock, why not? Let's try Coinbase. Okay, let's see. Oh, I went with. Okay, so this is the free order block here. I'm going to take that. Here, let's just take everything off. All right. I do that just because when I'm starting from scratch, and I hope that the process here is why you come. I'm pretty sure we have more history, but that's all right. Anyway, this is interesting, right? So Picasso's. Oh, that's way bigger than I want. Hang on a second. God damn it. Let's go white. Let's get something small. Right? We don't need all that. Okay. Could this be 1, 2? All right. It's toughy, right? Well, there's a good one, modern, right? Where you look at it and you go, fuck, what are we doing with that? Right? Let's go out to a little bit. So could this be kind of as we were talking earlier, right? The accumulation. That's the kind of thing to look for when you see the market doing that, right? Start thinking that way. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's more history here. I know there is. Well, maybe. Oh fuck. Maybe not. 2015. You know, I know, right? So you look at it here and you go, oh, come on, man. Why are we talking about something that was happening in 2017, right? Well, let's get over to the hard right edge. Well, again, right, if it was just to come here for trade setups, those are a dime a dozen, right? I'm trying to give you something here to look for. And next time I see this, oh, is that accumulation? Is that accumulation? How would you know, right? Oh, shit, look, here, what's happening here, right? That's Wyckoff, right, is what you have right there. So, okay, boom, boom, here. I'm not a Wyckoff master, but I can just look at it and say that would be the idea here is we accelerate. Oh, that's a bitch here. Let's show you what that gave us. Well, that's a toughie, right? Because the question would be, is this? All right, so what do we do with that, right? Do we go 2, 3, 4, and truncate the 5th? Well, that's, you know, if we're being critical and waiting for wave counts that we like, that's not one you'd love. I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen. I've seen some bad ones, right, that actually played. But are you putting money at risk there? Maybe not. Well, we can. It's often the case, right? If you want to label the whole thing, you're probably stuck with that. Oh, hang on a second. Let's do it this way. I'd be a little more inclined to do it this. Nope, I can't do it that way because of that. Right? So we can't do it that way. I don't like that because we truncate up here. Right? So this is dirty word, truncation. Can't be an impulse, right? We can't go 1, 2, right? So we can't do that. Perhaps we've got to do this. That's a better looking impulse, right? I think modern would agree with me there. So this, you're right, forced to put a count on it, right? You're kind of stuck with that. Well, it could be here, but again, look at the, maybe you make that case because of the, here, let's do it this way. Because of the length of the 2, length of the 4. This would have to go here. That's another one where you go, well, fuck, you know, I don't love it, but here's the one thing I can see, right? I have a pretty good impulse here. That's deep for the 4, but fuck, sure looks like a 5 too, doesn't it? You might have to do this as an A, B, C, but I don't like that any better. but I mean, sometimes the Elliott is just, it's making it worse, not better. So one thought is to look at this and go, well, fuck, it's not good enough. Can't trade it. I mean, could you trade it? Well, yeah, right. But you're not going to use the Elliott because it's making it worse, not better. Because it's like, oh, I don't like that. I don't want to do 1, 2. Well, fuck it, truncate. I don't want to truncate. So is this 3, 4, 1, 2? Oh, I don't really like that. I've already lost the golden. Oh, let's come out of log. Oh, I can't even do it out of log. Right, so I've lost this. So it might be well, fuck, I'll wait on this one. Well, so here's another way to look at this in terms of conundrum. Let's go ahead and take you off. Right, so here, if we're going to, right, if the Elliott's not working for us in a way that's useful to us, well, here's the swing structure, right? Here's the, oh fuck, that always gets me. Here's everything in between those two is internal structure. Okay, oh, we didn't get a new high here. Do you, look, now think about that for a second, right? Based in the context of what we've been talking about. Do you think there wasn't going to be an effort to go sweep that liquidity? I promise you there was, right? And you can see they did it repeatedly all the way up before they came down, right? And then, boy, this is a good example actually of market structure, right? So can't get it, you know there's a gazillion stops up there. They can't get them, but they're getting them along the way until what happens here. Good example here, any of you that are students of SMC, right? So there's your first rate. It's higher high, higher low, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Change of character. Not a break of structure, change of character. What do we got here? Right, you think they were running the lows there? It's tiny. Well, maybe they didn't. Oh yeah, they did, right? Well, either way, right? Well, they got it by a tick. Jeez, that's when your stop is right there and you're like, oh my fucking God, right? I knew that thing was going higher. Stopped, right? Same thing happening here again. So I know this could be tedious, but I want your eye to be drawn to this constantly. You'll get to where you're like, oh, that's all you'll see. Holy shit, that's all I see is liquidity being grabbed because that's what's happening all day. All right, what are we doing with this? I think this is a wait, right? You got to get out of this range. Well, here's another way to look at it. PDA. Oh, fuck, we're in. Log scales are a pain in the ass, right? Well, we can kind of see it here, right? So here's discount, here's premium. Well, if I'm going to be a buyer, I want to be a buyer down here. If I'm going to be a seller, I'm a seller up here, right? Where's the better risk reward? I mean, we can certainly look at it that way. That looks like a 3 to me. I'm fuck, does it even matter, right? I'm not so sure it matters, right? This looks like A, triangle B, C, W, X, Y is what I see there. Let's do it. W, X, Y. You see A, B, C, D, E into the X, A, B, C. Well, it'd have to be 1, 2. I'm not sure you get a good impulse there because you've got overlaps. But even if you were just trying to be, oh, let's be loose with the Elliott. Ugh. I'm not sure that can even fly. Yeah, you can't, right? You can't get an impulse out of there, I don't think, because you've got overlaps everywhere. Maybe you can do, nope, you can't. You're fucked. All right, so you're a little bit, okay, Elliott, excuse me, is making it worse, not better. So I almost, okay, I might leave these here. Let's just change that. Might leave these as, okay, kind of, well, wait and see. But I got a whole lot of unknown. So I don't think there's any edge. The Elliott left me hanging here. I can't get an impulse there. So is it an ABC? Is this WX? And we're going to do a Y and go. I got no reason to take that. And I'm on a 3-day there. Until one side, right? Again, it's the Trader's conundrum. Which side? Right? Right? We have, see, so where would your bias be? Higher high, higher low, higher high. All right, we're still in this range. One side or the other gives way. You're right smack dab in the middle, no edge. So I think that's a hurry up and wait there. That's probably took too much time on that. That's a tricky one. I like Stella, but I think for this, I'll just stick to the beer. Okay. Oh, Ben B's looking for, well, since I trade this all the time, looks like we're coming into this as we speak. So this is, excuse me, this is count as I have it. Now this is open to interpretation, all right? And so here's an example where I think modern Picasso would agree with me here. I think we have to expand the B here. It's because fuck, that was probably Fed news, some bullshit, right? That's news driven here. So this is, you could, right? The one thought is you're going to do it. You're going to do kind of a flat here, and this would be the expanded B. So you'd be WXY, possible. But I think once we, right now, if you're right here, you might be thinking, oh fuck, how do I know? Well, you don't, right? We never know. But looking here, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, I think plays pretty well because I get two fives here, right? So the zigzag here is hard to dispute. The 5, 3, 5, pretty solid. So we get 1, 2. Now here's another. It's open to interpretation. I'm gonna get rid of that. I know that's this. So I'm trading. What I see here and what I think has the better odds here is WXY. Right now we're truncating the Y relative to the W. What I see here is consolidation that leads to expansion, right? That's the universal law, laws of the universe, laws of the market. From contraction comes expansion. So this is the contraction here. Now how do we count it? Well, it doesn't play as a 1, 2, 1, 2 because you don't have a 5 here. So what's influencing you here is this right here. You're stuck with a 3 there. Well, this is pretty good here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't go, I wanted to, but once I had this, now I'm kind of stuck with this. Now look at the 200, right? How nicely that's playing along with it on the way up. So what I see is 1, 2, and we hit the 3. Here's the 3 at our top. Now we're going through, it looks like a pretty nice zigzag to correct that. Now, why is this getting a big yellow line? Because that's where we invalidate. So I get this very clear, you're wrong, right here, right? So I love that I get that. As opposed to, oh fuck, well, I don't know, maybe it'll just retrace lower. Maybe they're going for the sell side liquidity. Maybe that's all that's happening here. They're going to come down and sweep that liquidity and then go higher. No, that is not an option for the Elliottician if I'm applying this count. I'm fully anticipating that this holds here. If it holds there, what's the play, right? I mean, now we can give it a little slack here, but I'm not going to try and pick the turn. If I got something decent here, I might sell some options down here, but I'm looking for the 1, 2 to come out. All right, that's what we're looking for. Right? I'm not looking for monster, right? Because if I'm going to get a 5, I got to start with a 1, right? I'm going to finish with a 5. Now, note here, I'm suggesting we're only finishing the 3, right? A lot of people will disagree with this count, right? A lot of people are, okay, interest rates are fucking 30 years at 7%, right? But blah, 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 right? I don't give a shit about any of that. I'm looking at the technicals, right? The technical is going to guide my decision. If I break this, wrong, I'm wrong, right? But it's not, I'm not going to put myself in a position to where, and I would like to think, right, that you would approach it the same way. Okay, I see potential here. I see an opportunity for a long based off of a very clear pattern that I can identify that has all of the ingredients that I want to see in it. I'm not going to not take this trade because I'm scared of it. If you're a little uncomfortable, all the better. The one that you go, oh fuck, that's easy money. Catch yourself right there, because there is no such thing. But I'm not. You can't be scared of it. You can't be like, oh fuck, that thing's coming down hard. I'm not touching that on the long side. Okay, you feel that way. I can respect that. Okay, get your first little 5. Fuck, I'm on a 2-hour here. Get your first little 5 on a 15-minute. Take the 2. It's the same thing, just at a smaller degree. If this ends up being our pivot and we do a 1-2 here, are you worried that you didn't get the turn? Because of course, right, this is built into Elliott. If there's a 1, there'll be a 2. Now, okay, we could do this, right? Again, that's the certainty that you get with Elliott that you don't get with anything else. Oh, they swept the lows. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, then now we have time to buy it. Well, okay, fine. But it's not a 1-2. Pardon me. If we do this, this count cannot play that way. Something else happened, right? So maybe it's, oh, fuck. What will we even do with that? Well, I suppose there's a B here. There's a possible B here. Oh, here, I've got it up here as an alternate. Could be the B. But boy, right? Sometimes it's like in your face, or again, I'm not saying that we know this is what's happening here, but I'm coming off of this. I got an impulse here. Oh, you had an impulse. Geez, I'm pretty sure that I read in some book somewhere that after a 5, there's going to be a 3. So you're not going to take this here because you're scared of it? Oh, this is the wrong business for you. There is no trading with certainty. There's no certainty, right? So when is it you're not scared? Oh, I only buy them when they're going up. Oh, God, you're being short-lived in the market if that's your thinking. You're just a matter of when, not if you blow out. What's the dominant algo? You got to buy somewhere in this. What's the only decision we make as traders? Which side breaks? If you think, oh, I'm going to, well, I mean, this is what the new trader does, right? The brand new to the market. Oh, I'll wait for the breakout. Now, of course, breakouts have to succeed at some point. That's the worst possible place you can enter the market. There is no worse place. The worst. Now, people can disagree with me, but I'll show you 25 million examples of where that was a bad idea. I'm not saying it's not going to break. I'm saying if it breaks, it's likely to come back and test it. So did you miss anything here? Yes, sometimes they're going to go. You'll be much better served for longevity in the market if you wait and go, oh shit, okay, well, something significant here. What happened here? Break of structure. What is that? Break of structure. What do we wait for after the break of structure? The retrace. Not, breakout. No. Retrace. Breakout. Now what's building here, right? Equal highs, equal lows, right? Guaranteed those are going to get swept, likely both sides, right? Because our friend, Mr. Algo, is going to do that. So as we come down here, right, okay, you're uncomfortable. Options are a choice, right? That's one possibility here. Well, so we're talking about the S&P here, right? So I don't know, a lot of different ways you can trade. You go to the SPY, right? You can trade the SPX, you can trade the options, trade the futures, right? If you can trade the micros. A lot of different ways to trade it, right? But who asked for that? It's Ben B. He knows how to trade it, right? There's lots of different ways to trade it. I'd probably trade it with options, right? I'd go to the SPY, the SPX, and maybe sell a credit spread here and buy a call spread. Whenever you're in the options market, you have the benefit of using, now you get 3 dimensions, right? Well, really 4. You get the benefit of being creative here. I can sell some out of the money puts to pay for some out of the money calls here, right? Knowing, right, okay, well, I'm certainly delta long doing that. But do I want to be delta short, right? Do I want to be short going into that? Jesus Christ, I've got a textbook like I can't make them up any better than that. That does not mean that we couldn't break here. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when it sets up like this, you can't pussy out because you're afraid. Oh my God, it's going down. I can't buy it. The only way you survive in the market long term is buying it. Well, let me be careful about how I say that. You want to be a retracement trader, not a breakout trader, right? Because there'll always be an opportunity, always be a retrace. Always, always, always. Never been a market that didn't retrace at some point. Retrace will come. And if it's a long extent, you might say, well, what about? Yeah, you dig hard enough, you'll find something to counter that. But 99.9% of the time, you're not going to miss it. You're not. So get over that. Oh my God, I don't buy them unless they're going down. Now you say here, you can buy it here because where's the stop? If you take the breakout, where's your stop? At the low? Or just some random, again, you've heard me say this many times. Then you're trading your wallet. You're not trading the market. Oh, here I can trade the market because I can do the math and say, well, if I'm wrong here and I get stopped out, okay, I can live with that one. But if I'm right, the risk reward is going to be friendly over time. All right, guys, let's see. How am I doing on time? Man, I am chatty today. Ben B. Also, okay, well, I'm sure this is many people looking for this. So let's go to crude. Do we want, oh, he wants CL. Okay, let's go to CL. Oh, I had crude right there. Holy fuck. Oh, I got a 3-day, that's why. Well, I should go back here and say, I remember, many of you heard me say this before, I remember saying, well, it's not going to go to zero. It can't go to zero. Careful about what you say there. I remember it well. I remember making a video going, well, it's not going to go to zero. What do we want here, Ben? We want, fuck, that's going to be too much. Let's get over here. Okay. Well, we got to deal with that, actually. Well, let's, man, that kind of makes it a pain in the ass. It's a workaround there. Do I have one? I don't know that I do. I'm going to have to just get it off the screen. Oh, I can come out of log scale. Let's try that. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Actually, I mean, it was negative 40. I actually wish I could cut it off, but all right, let's work with what we can see here. Let's just go 1, 2. Well, that's the new low, so it looks like you'd have to do it this way. I thought the same thing as well when I saw Modern. Modern, I can't remember. Modern, you're a member. I'm pretty sure. I know because you're a reg on here. I think you got to go WXY here. Because that's COVID, I think. No, I think you're stuck with it. God, is that hideous? Well, I'm okay with the 1, 2. If we do it this way, it's not. Well, that is, you're kind of fucked there. Yeah, here's one where the Elliott is not necessarily helping us. Let's WXY, I think is what you're stuck with there, because if I'm not mistaken, we do take those lows. No, maybe not. I thought in a different market we did. I could swear in a different contract. Well, but maybe not, right? This is combining all the contracts. What do we do with that? Well, that's a WXY. All right, so we can see that. So 1, 2. Fuck, that's ugly. Yes, I thought you were, Modern. I thought you were. I know you're a reg on these. It's that one. Well, I don't love the idea of going 1, 2. You might, right? You might be stuck with that. Truncation is last resort, but you might. It's, you know, because so many variables in crude, you might be stuck with that. Well, I would pencil that in. Fuck me, come here. I would pencil that in. Well, okay. That's likely news, right? So this is all wicks up here. There's the highest close. And you can probably get a diag out of that. I would leave it here with pencil if I can, right? You're kind of, there's no great solution there, right? So the Elliott, I don't know that I would be leaning too hard on the Elliott here, but I would, again, I'd leave that penciled in. Okay, so where are we coming from here? This is so fucked here. I would just use the lowest close here, which I think is right there. So it's kind of fucking you on retracement depth. So what are we going to pull from, right? We're not going to pull from this. We're not going to pull from negative 50. ugh, Jesus, I see why you want to look here. This is I rarely trade crude because it's such a, I think I've told you the biggest loss I took of my entire career was in crude in the first Gulf War, right? I was short call spreads way above the market, and I had pretty good size on it. It went so much, I got a monster margin call. I had to bail. Took about a 25K loss on that. That's why I don't trade crude much since then. Well, what happened here? Right, so we can see. Right, so again, you start to go, okay, what? All right, do we have clear Elliott here? No. It's not, right? Even the truncation here is like, fuck, is that last resort? Am I going to have to truncate that? Well, what do we have a clear? I'd kind of start working backwards, right? So it can't be 1, 2, right? So is this 1, 2? Well, that looks a little bit better than anything else here. So this is correction, right? It's again, if the Elliott's not helping, don't get caught in it, right? So fuck, maybe we've got this here. Starts to take on a better look, right? Better look for a 5. Okay, so and we can get some channeling on this, right? So that's always, as modern reminds us, right? The channeling is critical to a good Elliott count, right? When it's there and you can see it, you can't miss it. Okay, what has? Oh, I love it when the market tees it up for me. What has just happened right there? Come on, when it's equal, we're on a daily, excuse me, and it's just sitting there like that. It's literally like you're waving a red cape to a bull, right? The odds of those not, well, here, this can't. I want you to start looking at the market this way over and over and over again. You're going to see it. It's going to be so annoying. You're like, oh God, I wish that guy hadn't shown me that, right? Because you're going to see it everywhere. Running liquidity, running liquidity, running liquidity, running liquidity as we speak. All right, let's go to a 4-hour here and see if we can do anything with that. Okay, so we're coming out of this. Okay, do we have a 5 here? Okay, well, I wouldn't call it corrective. Do we have any displacement in here? Well, it looks like we might. All right, we're looking for big, oh fuck, the way to cheat here. This, for those of you, this one by Nephew Sam. Pretty good free one. Right, well, it'll mark all the fair value gaps here, so you can see them. No, we're not seeing them on a 4-hour here, but you see the little displacements there. So that's when you want to see them, when you've got a monster. Look at these, Jesus Christ! I mean, this is what you're looking for, right? The signs of impatience, right? Market is, well, it's not people, it's algos, right? They're just grinding, right? Look at all that displacement along the way. Again, I know this is annoying, right? It's going to start to be like, oh my God, why am I seeing this now everywhere, right? Same thing over and over and over again. You see this everywhere you look, Whoops, come over here, right? Sweep the lows, sweep the highs, right, down, right? So here's a, all right, talked about this a little bit, right? It's often called the market maker model, right? So we have consolidation, expansion, right? Accumulation, expansion. Well, so how would you, if you're trying to apply some Elliott to that, how would you even go about it? Well, this is likely the 4, right? Wouldn't you assume, right? Well, okay, so what are we looking for? Areas where we don't progress the trend, right? So that we're going sideways here. So WX, well, fuck. Almost doesn't matter. 4, 3, 3 of the 4, 4 of the 3, I should say. Wiki, right? So wiki, right? So I don't like crude. Again, you're going to see it. I mean, it's obscene. All the New York markets, gold's the same way, right? It's just over and over and over. They sweep the liquidity. Okay, so I think we could probably agree here. We had an A, B, C down here. So this is the 4 at some degree. Okay, so I would wick this off. This is common for Elliott, where we'd come down. I'll do the same thing here to the lower degree. That 3, 4. If this is in, fuck, how are we going to do this? All right, so if we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's label it up. God, even that is butt ugly. WXYXZ. Fuck, that's just awful. But let's just pencil them in. We got to call it something. All right, let's take this up. I can't say I love it. WXYXZ. Well, it's not clear, right? So that's kind of a guesstimate. It's tempting to think triangle, but we can't have a triangle in a second. So I might start going, okay, well, can I use some of the other? I hate that one, but that's what I got. Highest probability location for the 3. If I'm getting that, what's the lowest low? Right there. Channeling is good. Oh, what do I got here? Let's get an RSI on it just to see. Where is? Hang on. Where's my RSI that I like? Chris Moody's. There it is. That is one we use. All right. This is the rollover. All right. So we're pretty hot here. Right, this is not uncommon. Okay, so pretty good candidate here. If this is 1, 2, right, and that is a butt ugly one. I've no, right, we understand that. 3, 4. All right, gun to head, forced to label it. I like the channeling. Okay, so this looks like that's the 4, right? So somewhere in here we're going to have to go, right? If we're going to get some, right, it almost doesn't matter, right? We're looking for that. Let's take you down. Excuse me. Put you in green. Somewhere in here, I don't know that it matters, right? What matters is now 4 to 5. Now those are getting a little annoying in there, right? But just to show you, that's a good one, nephew Sam, for value gaps. Going up for the 5. All right. Throw over. Well, there's 2 ways to do channeling, right? You start with, let's see. Fuck. One thing I don't like about TradingView. We start here. But we do it this way as well, right? We could do the 4 here once we get the 4. So I would pull this one off and work off of this one. So we've got sideways sharp guideline of alternation acceptable, although the 1 is just awful. I don't know which 1, 2, 3, 4, probably a diag there. Very ugly too, but we gotta call it something here if we're gonna apply some Elliott. Okay, so we're clean here, sideways, sharp. That's the 4, right? The 1, 2 almost doesn't matter. That's the 4 of the 3. We're hot here. Oh, let's put an Elliott oscillator on there. It's just out of. Oh, I think I can go EWO. That'll work. So, oh shit, I don't like that one. Sorry guys, I don't like that one. It's got too much shit on it. Oh, fuck. Get out of there. I know I can get a better one. Yeah, Lazy Bear has one. Okay, so what are we trying to do here, right? We're trying to say, okay, where's the strength? Where's the obvious strength, right? So as we look here, okay, so that's this, right? So all this strength here, we get divergence. So that's how you see it, right? I'm assuming you guys all get this, right? So there's the divergence as we put in the high that leads to the 4, right? So here's the 4 right here, right? So we come back to 0. That's the idea in theory of how the Elliott Wave Oscillator works. It helps you identify the 4s. Now we're going up for the 5. So if we're looking for the 5, it would look like 1, 2, 3. Right? Just like this, you get started here, 1, 2, 3, right? This is this push here, right, equates with this push here, right? And then we start to decline, right? So you see the divergence. This is the benefit of using the Elliott oscillator, right? It's just a tool to help us identify, well, okay, really, what are you looking for? The 4s, right? And you don't want these going this deep on a 4, right? You want, ideally, they stay right around the 0 line like this last one did, right? This is actually a little deep. But if it's A, B, C, you want to see that same divergence down here, right? Right, so we get a new low, price low, divergence on the oscillator. Okay, so where's the top here? Well, we're trying to pick the top. I'm not sure that's the best way to approach it. In fact, there's no telling, right? I mean, there are variables at play here that we don't want to try and necessarily forecast, right? Because as to supply and demand for crude and what the Saudis are doing and the Russians are doing. We don't need to really worry about that, because as technicians we can look at it and say, well, this is the technician's first assumption, right? All the known fundamentals that can be known at any moment in time are factored in that price right there. So we got a bullish market. Okay, right? Higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? With no question about the trend. So I guess what would people be thinking? Oh shit, are we going to 100? Well, there's no reason we couldn't. Now, what's that going to start doing to the channeling, right? We're going to start to get some overthrow here, if indeed, because if this is 4 and we're going up, right? It doesn't even look like we've got much of a 1-2 in there. Whew, this is just game on, right? This is just buy, buy, buy. Oh, where can I get a 2 here? I guess you're stuck with that. It has to be the triangle 4 there. All right, so we can kind of put something together here. That looks pretty good, actually. Actually, we've been looking for a new one. I might use that one. We're looking for a new one in our blue belt, right? That might challenge a few people. Okay, all right, so 3, 4, what are we doing? That's pretty fucking hot for a 1 hour. What did we get to there? 90? Well, so, okay, so as we look at that, what's one thing nobody wants to do? Short it. Right, if nobody wants to short it, right, then that's why we see this, it's almost one time frame here, right? It's just up, 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 right? Because nobody wants to short it. Right? Nobody in the right mind wants to short this, right? At some point, so how would you approach it? Like, oh fuck, man, if we get to 100, right? I mean, we're going to go to 500, right? At some point, we get to the fundamentals start to have some impact. Well, if you were even considering how would I want to play the short side? Well, and again, I'm not advocating for that, right? Until we see, you'd have to use some. Well, you could think market structure. You could think Elliott Wave, right? You'd have to see some glimmer of that, right? You would, right? Something. Remember, right? There's always going to be an effort to run the highs and the lows, right? So if it can't do it, this would be your first tell that okay, maybe we're getting a little hot here, right? Now that doesn't mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're coming all the way down. But this would be the first clue. Okay, I've got 1. That's not enough, in my view, particularly for a market this strong. 1, not enough. Right, I'd need to see a second, right? So for me personally, right, some SMT traders would tell you different, right? 1's enough. I'd want to see a second break of structure, right? Give me that one. Now I can confirm that I've got a pivot. I can put that there and say I got a good pivot. Until then, you don't, right? We could just, right? That's why, especially in a raging bull, I want that second break so I know, right? Now what would you be thinking there? Are you thinking 1 or are you thinking A? Are you thinking 1 of the A? Tough, right? When you've gone from, geez, well, fuck, we've gone from -50 to 95. That's quite a run, right? Now, but the channeling is influential, right? So now we got to look left. Okay, so where, right? We've been, oh fuck, right? What did I get? I think when I took that big loss, crude went to 125. Oh Jesus, we got plenty of, well, okay. You got 2 pivots here. You got to consider both of them. Well, there's the 50 on the first one, right? Remember, Al is on both sides, right? But if you break here, you have got to go here because the algo doesn't care about a truncated fifth or any bullshit we're doing at Elliott, right? It's just going to take dominant to dominant. But this is secondary. This is strong enough here that I would use it, right? As we sit here, you see it struggling. Looks like this was a failure swing, so there's not much to say here other than, well, I'd assume we keep going, right? This would be an obvious target, right? We got to use something, right? What else are we going to use? Oh, well, at 105, right, the economy grinds to a halt, and you know, we can think that way, but as technicians, what are we looking for? Just evidence that it's okay, something changed from this. Let's get you out of here. You're kind of fucked here because you don't know what do you pull from. How am I doing on time? Oh shit, I'm running long today. I wouldn't be shorting that anytime soon, right? So even if let's say we get up here, what's the next trade, right? Let's say we bang our head here and we start to come down, right? And we do this. Let's go ahead and use that. I don't have this now. I don't have this, right? But if we come right here, right? Here's the PDA. Here's the range, right? We're in that range. Right? All that matters is, okay, you're making a calculated risk. This side's going to break. This side's going to break. Right? That's all we do. All right. So there's 5 up, 3 down. Why would you assume anything else, right? It would have to break this and turn into a 3. Now you're thinking, oh, something else, we're going back to 65, or right? Something dramatic changed. We're going to do that going into the end of the year, right? This would be a gift, right? So nobody wants to see, nobody likes it up there other than the oil companies. 5. I wouldn't be looking for shorts, right? So. But just that alone right there, I wouldn't be looking for shorts. You know, that's what everybody on the planet is thinking. Oh, fuck, I'm not shorting that. Which makes me, again, this is my natural tendency. It makes me go, oh, where's the short? If nobody wants to short it, where's the short? Well, again, I'd take you to, you're going to have to wait for that change of character. Something's got to break, right? And that, just a little liquidity grab's not enough. I got to have more than that. But I think looks like we're going to 100, right? Now, see, it's a big fat round number. The market, it's already in the financial media. Oh my God, crude's going to 100. Yeah, probably will. Right? Probably go up here and get that, right? Bang its head right there at the golden zone. 99.9% of the planet has no idea what a golden zone is. I still get asked on a regular basis, what is this golden zone thing? Right? You know, it's not. Again, I didn't discover it. I didn't discover Elliott Wave either, or SMC, or any of it, right? It's all stuff taught to me. Okay, let me keep going here. God, I'm long-winded today. Let me go to, oh, wait, do we do XMR? No, this is CZA is giving me XMR. So copy link. Oh, shit, here, we can put it right here. And then I got to wrap up. I got one more. Oh, I got, whoa, how's the market? Oh, look at it come snapping back. Wow, what a shock, right? Oh, shit. You gave me a CZA, you know how to do this. I can't, so I got to do it. Oh, fuck, how am I going to do this? I don't think that'll work if I do that. No, maybe it did. Oh, maybe there's a new way to do it. Oh, that looks ugly. Did you give me XMR to Bitcoin? You did. Okay, so let me get out of here. So, and what did you give me here on the? Was that it? Did you give me a? Oh, I got to go to the daily, see what the hell we're doing here. Okay. All right, where's yours here? So you've got us go. Did you give me? I can't even tell what that. If you gave me a daily, is it a daily? Must be. Okay, so oh man. Well, there's a good example, right? What do you do with that? Actually, the one we looked at earlier here, might be worth looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how can we pull that off? It's got to be a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, which can be found in a leading diag. So it's technically good. Well, let's go to log. Is it shit? Where did we get that? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're starting here. Whew, that is butt ugly, isn't it? Well, here's what I would tell you, right? So just looking at this, remember, right? I try and give you little things so that you see it next time you go, oh, I see it, I recognize it, right? Likely that's accumulation, right? Now remember, we're in log scale, right? So it looks different in reality, right? Accumulate, expand, right? Laws of the universe, from contraction comes expansion. Contract, I know, hindsight, all this contraction up here. We do it that way. Contraction, what's happening here? Distribution, expansion. Oh, okay. Well, let's see here what we can make sense of this, right? So what happened here? Same thing that happened here. Running the lows, right? So people are getting, you know, that's trader's heartbreak. Oh, I knew it was going up. Oh, I knew it was going up. Shit. I can't make this shit up. Not just, see, this is what, it's not the golden, it's not the 618, right? It's the golden zone, right? And you got to double bottom into it, retest, right? Well, here's the classic, oh fuck, I missed it. No, you didn't. Well, this is our lowest low here. Oh, fuck, is the Elliott good here? No. Well, what would you be thinking? 1, 2? Yeah, I guess, right. But this is the welcome to crypto, right? 20, fuck, right? To XMR, Monero to Bitcoin. They're both not doing squat, so sideways drift lower. Anything here? I don't. Well, here, let's see. What is he thinking? Oh, okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, and we're going to do it again. 1, oh, fuck. One, wow, that would be... All right, well, we got to do something with it, right? So he's going to... Oh, fuck, hang on a second. He's going to use this as the 1. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2... Well, I guess we can get away with it. 1, 2. Well, let's just put them up here. All right, so it looks like you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh Jesus! Let's go to a 4-hour. See if that clears up. Probably not. 8. All right, I got to get out of here. I'm losing you guys. Oh shit! Actually, we got. Yeah, quite a few. Okay, jeez, what do you do with that? God damn it, that's a... See, that looks like a 3. So it looks like we've got a series of 3s. We don't quite have a... We can't do it as a triangle. Well, let's see here. Let's just... So a lot of times this is what you end up doing, right? You gotta pencil something in. Okay, well... We got the overlap here, so diag. It's I wouldn't try and wedge it into a 3, so it's a 5. We get a little overlap here, so it's, oh, you could probably fudge your way around that. That this is the 4 here. If you're gonna, fuck, can we do a triangle there? C, D, E. You might be able to. That's kind of iffy, right? Well, here you're trying to find something that accommodates your view here. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, maybe, right up for the 5, A, B, C. Well, here, this is a fucker. Okay, so because this looks like this has got a good 5 here, right? So this is, okay, all right, welcome to TA, right? This is the process. Okay, well, there's a 5 followed by a 3. Okay, so here's a big 3, right? So we just start filling them in. Okay, what can I see here? Now, so it's kind of going through this, and then you step back and say, okay, what do I have here? Does this work, right? Do I have the 5s and the 3s in the right spot? Is really what you're saying. Okay, well let's put the full label in and see if we can make that fly. So we know. Here's the one thing we can say with conviction. We know we got an algo driving, right? So we're just trying to hang on, right? Where's that algo's target? Way the fuck up. Well, I can't even get to it. Way the fuck up there, right? So because this guy's clearing a path for me, I want to let him lead. Okay, let's see here. Let's get this up a degree. Let's get that to white here. Oh, fuck, that'll work. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. No, don't like it. Might be stuck with it. Okay, so let's break these down. Come here. 1, 2. Got to put them somewhere. Let's change that. I'm trying to get to a white. Well, already that's problematic, right? So if you were thinking 1, 2, all right, well, we can't have that. So this is where, okay, now that we kind of identified the 5s and 3s, we start looking and say, well, does that work as a 1, 2, 1, 2? Well, maybe we do it this way. Does it work, right? That's what you're asking yourself. Does that fly? Actually, for this, I can't do it that way. So this has to go, so it doesn't work, right? So it'd have to be over here, because this would have to be 1, 2, and this would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's going to work, but let's just go through the exercise of seeing what we get here, right? Do we have anything we can work with? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So now you'd be thinking A, B, C, because here's the absolute certainty that Elliott gives us. Can't be a 1, 2. 1, 2. Well, I can go 1, 2. I guess I can go 1, 2. We'd have to push all these off. God damn, that's just fucking horrific. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Can't say I like that, but let's go up 1, then this would have to go up 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, completed. I wouldn't trade this, but to give respect to CZA, what has he got? A, B, C. Well, let's see if we can make that work. Fuck, what are we doing here? A, B. All right, let's consider that. That might play better, actually. So, per his count, this would be A, B, C. Fuck. I don't see anything here I like. I don't think there's anything here to do. I don't like that as a truncation, but you've taken out the low. So I got to tell you, CZA, I don't think there's anything to trade here until you get some more clarity here. Already, this is a clusterfuck. I guess I'd be inclined to think if that's the fuck, I guess we'd have to do it this way. So I think this is what you're doing here. So let's remove all this. I think what you're doing is A, B, C. A, B, working on the C. It's not good enough. I wouldn't trade this, right? Just based off of the lack of clarity in here. Okay, we got to put a label on it somewhere. Okay, so maybe that's a I mean, what do you have there? Are you done here? Are you going to truncate there? I think this is untradeable. Well, no. So what, as we step out, what do I see here? Starting to look like what we saw previously. I can't even bring it back here. I got to go to a 3-day. Starting to resemble, right now, which way is that going? Well, you'd have to give the bias to the long side, right, based on the algo, based on AL, right? This this is not uncommon, right? We see it up here as well. Okay, we're going sideways. Is the clear Elliott count? No, there's not. Consolidation? Probably. Bias? Algo defines the bias. All right, I got to get out of here. I'll get back to your ETH because shit, I'm way over here. Oh, look at the market, almost all the way back. It's unbelievable. All right, that'd be. Let's see. Before we get out of here, all right, we'll come out here. What are we doing? Look at this ripper, right? So all of a sudden, okay, look where we are. Let me get this out of here. All right, just kind of wrap up on because we had kind of a theme today. All right, so here's our low right here. We hit the center of the channel, right? Here's that. What did we hit? Demand zone. All right, now is that going to do it? Well, it's particularly the stock index, well, the algorithms, right? Again, there are no people trading in here anymore other than us, right? Or just the lonely retail traders of any significance. It's all algos, right? That V bottom, right? Very telling, right? Why would the algos do that? Why would they do that? What's happening here? Right, so you got to ask yourself here. So first thing we note here, you think there's any stops down here? So now if you're looking at this right now, that's a 2-hour, and you're looking at this, you're thinking, okay, if it's seeking liquidity, where's the next bit of liquidity? Well, it's not hard to spot, right? Well, here, I've got Sonar Labs on this. Right, the liquidity is right here, right? You can see this a trend line of liquidity. So we've got a good candidate here now for that low to be in, right? Something. There's something happened here, right? This is not just algos, but well, fuck, I shouldn't say that. It very well could be, right? That's a substantial turnaround. So something happened. I'm kind of sorry I'm not there trading that. Okay, now I know there's a couple here that I'm gonna. I think it was CGC, one of them that I liked a lot. Okay, so here we've got a good candidate here, and they couldn't sweep the lows, right? So if they sweep the highs right here, okay, that would be telling, right? If we come up here and we sweep that, now, right, here's the supply. Right, can we do that? Well, you'd have the perfect spot for the 4 down here. Right? If we pull that all the way back to the daily, it sure does make sense. Right, here's all the whiz bang on it. So what do we got? 5 followed by 3, right into the channeling, right into demand, right into a fair value gap. So it's pretty drop dead simple. Here's the 5. Look, oh God, is it going to do a perfect zigzag? It's not going to do a perfect zigzag right into the low of the channel, right into the 200. It's not going to do that, is it? It would never do that. All right, guys, I got to wrap it there. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Modern, for your input. John Howard, appreciate you guys. Oh, Modern, I got to go back and read some of your stuff. Very good. Okay, there we go, guys. I'll wrap it up here. Now, I am, for members, I'm out, or anyone here who watches keeps an eye on our channel. I'm out of town this weekend because, as I told you when I started, we're going to look at Colorado Springs, see if we could live there. And I could get away from this insanity of the allergies that plague me every day of my life. Okay, so I'll be out on Friday, back on Monday, so we'll be back on schedule for a live stream next Wednesday. With that, I wish you guys a good afternoon. Hope you pick up a little nugget here and there. Start looking for that liquidity. You'll never look at the market the same way again. Okay, guys.